doing? I know that this is totally different because one, you're seeing my face, and two, I'm not speaking into this microphone, but I wanted to quickly say before this video, just a big thank you for those who have been here at the very beginning of this channel and have supported such a small channel like mine. It's been a really fun hobby to record, edit, and upload videos, and I look forward to making many more. So, thank you so much. I'm gonna get back to playing some video games, so thanks. Well, what do you know? Finally, we're gonna play as my main boy. Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well, and I am recording a video that's a bit late at night. It's actually 12:54 right now, so midnight, just about to be 1 a.m. But I'm not tired, so this is kind of a help me get sleepy, help you be sleepy kind of deal. So today we're playing as my main character. Finally, after a long wait, we're playing as Rinaldo Eldor, and we are going to be logging in. We're going to take a nice walk around some different places. Right now I'm actually in a spoiler place for Endwalker, so I'm going to immediately jump to the place. That was pretty silly. Sorry about that, everybody. I actually made the effort to change my class as well. So I started as a dancer just because I was trying to gear up my dancer gear, but I changed to my main job, which right now is the Reaper. So the Reaper is a job that was introduced in Endwalker. It's a melee DPS, and I have this huge ass scythe, and I can make it glow and do crazy stuff like that. It deals quite a bit of damage. It has some cool buffs for itself and for the party. It's pretty versatile, and it has pretty good DPS, so I'm a big fan. I've mentioned this in my other videos, but I've been playing as the Reaper in Savage Raids. It's the first time I've ever done Savage Raids, and I'm doing it for the Anabasios raids. So part of Pandemonium. So if you're a endgame player, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, that's okay. I care about you anyway. So with me is my otter, the broader otter. Here you can see he's ready to go fishing. So I figured I'd make this video because we can sort of vibe out in these major city-states. We are right now in Limsa Lominsa, and I plan on going to the city-state Gridania, which we've already been to, let's be real, but we'll take another look. And the third city-state, Ulda. So we'll get a vibe of each of the three, and who knows, if you haven't tried the game yet, maybe this will help influence your decision if you want to play. I was thinking I would love to show off like my mounts and my minions and stuff like that, but walking around might be a hefty enough video, so we can certainly show off my stuff later on. But for now, we are in Limsa. So I could just go around all these little aetherites, but we're just gonna make a manual walk around. So we're gonna start here at the Aetherite Plaza. I think if we're going to teleport around at all, it's going to be back to the Aetherite Plaza. So the Aetherite Plaza is like the main hub, okay? This is the place you can teleport to for different places. And it's not just city-states that have these, but other areas. Like when we go to like South Shroud with our alt, we travel to the Aetherites and stuff like that. But it's the main kind of hub. But throughout these city-states, we're going to see there are little Aetherite crystal things that we can teleport to individual zones. Something I love is we always get these dancers that are dancing around. Just funny. Here is the sort of mercantile area. People like to go to Limsa Lominsa is actually one of the most populated places on several servers. I guess sometimes for role-playing purposes, in fact probably mostly, but also because the services, the amenities like the market board is right here, and the summoning bell for your retainers is also right here. So people often, like me, set their home as Limsa and hang out here so they can just take a quick run over and get to their stuff right here. But there's other shops that sell kind of low-level gear, and they sell some ingredients for cooking and other crafting stuff like that. There's another market board. We can go all the way down here. We can get a little glimpse of the rest of the city, but there's kind of some stuff over there. So this is an example of the little mini aetheryte. It's hanging out right here, and there are tons of these. So when you first get to a city-state, you have to attune to each of them to be able to actually use them. So you have to actually travel and discover the city yourself, which I think is pretty awesome. There's some more little shops here. I think this is where you can get your armor mended. I'm not sure if there's a mender farther back. Throughout the city-states, you'll find different guilds for your character to be a part of. And actually, they can influence the kind of class that you have. Actually, each class has a guild, so we've found, like, the Conjurer's Guild back in our Alt Perrin. There's some other guilds like the Botanist Guild and stuff, but each city-state has their own guilds for you to choose from. An example of that is the Arcanist Guild. There's the Arcanist symbol. We can go in and we can sort of see what's happening. This is the Arcanist Guild. They have a bunch of books in the back. They have the reception, probably to check out books in the lore. And some more books here. Now, when you start A Realm Reborn, you can choose to play one of the A Realm Reborn classes. You actually can't play Reaper until you're at level 70. And, of course, have the Endwalker expansion. But A Realm Reborn, which is the sort of base game of Final Fantasy XIV, has these different classes. And one of the ones you can pick is the Arcanist. The Arcanist will start you here in Limsa Lominsa. So here you can see they have these things called carbuncles. These are summonable, and they're really cool and cute. And why don't I show you my summoner? So the Arcanist actually has two pathways. It has the summoner and the scholar. Here is my summoner. My glamour is not very cool. Let's just change to something like that. There, we'll just change our gear to summoner for a second. So, as a summoner, I have my book, of course, and if I go, I can summon my carbuncle. Now, I actually set my carbuncle to look yellow, but that's our carbuncle. So that's pretty cool. Now, the summoner is a magical DPS. I guess it'd be magical ranged DPS, I guess. Which is cool. And then, like I was saying with the other pathway, there's also the option, it branches off into the scholar job. Now, the scholar, I'll be honest, one of my least favorite jobs, but I'm sure that some people like it for good reason. I mean, it does its job. It gets a cool fairy that helps with healing called Eos. This is Eos, the fairy. And it has some other kind of things. Like it has broil. Oh my god, why did I think that was something noteworthy? Anyway, it basically is what's called a barrier healer. There's basically the two schools of thought. There's the barrier healer and the pure healer. The barrier healer sort of lacks in curing potency, so it's not like really good at healing, but it will get you these big shields that absorb damage and nullifies damage, which is really cool. So pretty nice. It gets you shields that you can give to your whole party, and that'll lower the damage they take, which is nice. So it makes up for it. But for now, we're going to switch back to Reaper, because why not? This is, I guess, some sort of dock. I think this is actually where the airship takes you, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. I'm not quite sure. There's the ferry ticket here. Oh, okay. So you can just sort of travel around. Neat, okay. Well, that's all good. So the Arcanist Guild is this way. Hey, you know what? Nonsense. We don't need to teleport around. We're just taking a stroll through the city. So we've already been this way. That's basically all we can go that way. So let's go and see. How about we go this way? Travel along. Let's go down. There's some cool stuff to show off down here. Like this super huge ship, which I don't know the reason for it being here. I actually don't remember at all. We could check that out right now. Hello? Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness, I know this. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the, ship that my free company or my guild owns. Or someone at least owns. That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. You know, I could be totally wrong. I don't know if this is a thing that exists. Because I've never seen this before, but I'm pretty sure that's something my free company owns and has, you know, access to. That's so cool. Alright, anyway. So over here, we travel, and we can see the Fishers Guild. I'll be completely honest, fishing is my least leveled thing. But fishing is one of the gathering classes in the game. There's botanist, miner, and fisher. And so, fishing is pretty relaxing, I gotta say. It works, you know, as you would expect. You cast your line into water with some bait, and you wait for a fish, and you catch it. But, I don't know. Not really for me. Let's see, around this way. This is, I believe, still the Fishers Guild. Or maybe this is a way back up. It might be a way back up, I'm not sure. Why don't we explore this later? There's some more things to see down here. Like we can travel this way. Nope. We can travel this way. Oh god. What could be more entertaining than seeing my absolute horrible at direction self making its way through a city? Looks like another ferry that we can board. This is a sort of fishing spot. Over here, this is the Rogues Guild. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but this is where the Rogues Guild is. I don't know how anyone would find this out. Hello. Let's enter the Rogues Guild. Now, Rogue was a class that was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, be like, actually, I believe the Rogue was introduced after A Realm Reborn, so it's not one of the starting classes. In fact, you have to be level 10 before you can even become a rogue. But the rogue is a melee DPS, and it's quite cool. So there's all these people. This is the rogue guild master, I believe. And the rogue, I don't play it as much, but I do think it's cool. And the rogue becomes a ninja. This is my ninja attire. And these are my daggers. I don't have this super leveled up. It's 57. Yeah. But it's pretty cool. As a ninja, you have all these really fast attacks, and you have all these cool, they're called mudras, and they let you do ninjutsu. It's cool. And you can vanish. So, let's switch back to Rebirth, of course. Actually, let's talk to you, Jackie. Why not? Hey there. How fare the dutiful sisters, or why fight with daggers? Short blades are simply the weapons of what work best for scraps in the shadows. Cool. Anyway, later. Oh, of course. I like to turn my UI off because my I'm sure my hotbar will trigger some people. It's not the most clean, and it's definitely not the most pretty. So looks like this way will take us up. And we do want to go up, but we can also go up this way, so I don't think it matters too much. Let's just travel this way. Oh, this is where the dancer guild master is, I believe. Well, there's not really a dancing guild, but she's kind of in charge of the job, I guess. I don't know. Also, you have to excuse my really bright streets. I'm using a shader. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. I generally like it because it brings out a lot of colors, like with my character, but it can make it really, really bright. So let's look. Oh, cool, there's signs. How neat. Imagine. So we're back on the level with the main aetheryte. Let's continue this way, though. Why not? This is where it took us when we were down the guild. But let's go up this way. This will take us up to the upper docks. The upper deck. Sorry, not the upper docks. That doesn't make sense. Am I silly? Where does this take us? Is this... Hello? What is this? Fishmonger. Oh. Okay. Just a fishmonger? Just hanging out like that? Cool. So, alright, so that was just a fishmonger. Okay. Okay, this gets a little bit disorienting because there's all this stuff that's up here, but we'll see if we can make heads or tails of it. Let's go this way. And this takes us to a pretty cool place. This is called the Aft Castle, I think. Please tell me. Nope. The Drowning Wench. That's what I said. That's what I meant. And the Drowning Wench is kind of the starting area. If you pick one of the areas, it kind of has like the Adventuring Guild, the Novice Hall thing, and inn stuff. I basically go up here because there's an inn. And you can rent an inn room and you can change out your glamours and you can do stuff like that. But this is where the sort of first main scenario quests happen for people that start in Limsa Lominsa. Let's travel. Well, this seems to be the fishmonger. Over here, though, is the Culinarians Guild, as noted by this bread. So the Culinarians Guild is pretty cool. This is one of the crafting classes, one of the several crafting classes. And basically it's self-explanatory. You make food and drinks and stuff like that. What's pretty awesome about all these different classes is that each class, whether it be like for combat or just for crafting or gathering, has a quest line. So there's a story to tell for each thing you can possibly do in this game, which is pretty awesome. Like I suppose you could just craft stuff, like you could just make things, but I don't think it would, be that grand because you would miss out on the story, and they give you so much free stuff. Now this is the fishmonger. If I'm not mistaken, we can go this way. Yes! Oh, cool. And here we are. We are at the Marauders Guild. Awesome. So the Marauders Guild is, of course, where you learn to become a marauder. Now, don't be fooled. There's only marauders. There's no two guns. I think it would be awesome. It would make for a very cool kind of maybe like a physical ranged type of thing with some guns. I mean, there is the machinist, but yeah, anyway. The Marauders Guild, though, is pretty cool. The Marauder is a tank, and pretty much so far we've talked about DPS and healers, and Perrin, my ult, is a healer. And we haven't talked about tanks much, but tanks are pretty cool They're meant to absorb a bunch of damage and, you know, make things angry. And this is my warrior, and warriors have big old axes. Marauders become warriors. They get really cool axes. They're so cool. And, you know, they don't have to just be these buff people. You know, I've seen Lalafells, the really short people, be marauders, like you're. And, I mean, I was going to make my alt, before I made my alt a conjurer, I was going to make my alt a marauder, which I thought would have been funny. But, you know. Let's see, okay, I'm trying to remember just all these intricate details. I think we have a few more things we can check out. This way is, this is something. There's a few more things that are, you know, cool for us to check out. We have, of course, this, but there's something else. I remember it. I'm kind of going off memory, folks. I cannot lie. You know what, I think if we just go this way, I think we'll find it. There's a part of me that believes that the Armorer's Guild is in Limsa Lominsa, and I don't want to be wrong. Oh, I was so smart, because it is the Armorers and the Blacksmithing Guilds. Now over here, before we even go there, we can stop by here. That's a pretty cool person. Hello. If we go down here, this is where we find the Maelstrom, which is a grand company. Now I mentioned my free company, that's just the player guild, but a grand company is something you kind of assign yourself in the story. It doesn't really have any kind of particular influence on anything. It's just that you know, align yourself with one of the grand companies that belong to a city-state. So there's the Maelstrom here. If we were in Gridania, we'd be with the Twin Adders, and in Ul'dah, it's the Immortal Flames. Now, personally, I'm an Immortal Flames boy, but I think the Maelstrom is cool, though. I do love the red, and I love Limsa Lominsa, so... Now, oh god, the fishmonger really connects everything, doesn't it? That's like the main hub. They're gonna get that fish. I don't know what this is. What's going on here? Do I know what this is? Oh, it's like a cafe. Cute. With a little balcony. Cute. Yeah, I was probably here for some quests or something at one point or another. Okay. Also, you have to excuse my voice if it's like super gravelly. Just pretend it's not. Here is one of our last stops. This is the Armorer's Guild and the Blacksmith's Guild. Now, they made it so easy on us because they're basically the same thing. I really wish they were just the same thing. Doesn't make much sense to me. But they are both here in Limsa Lominsa, and they're right next to each other. They sell almost identical things, and it's so similar. Why don't they just consolidate? I don't understand. Anyway, besides my thoughts on it being kind of obsolete, it's there. Now, here's some other stuff we might find important. There's like a square here. Sometimes special events will happen, like you know, kind of festival things or holidays. Now that's where the Maelstrom is, but what is this? Let me double check what this is. There's a mail Moogle. I don't have any letters or anything, so. Oh, I believe I know what this is. This is the housing ward, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Nope, I was wrong. Oh, this is just Lower Lenosha. And yes, I pronounce it Lenosha. Not Nasia. So this just takes us to the wilderness. Well, that's neat. Okay, cool. Oh god, it's so pretty. Honestly, I do think Lenosha is my favorite city-state. If I haven't already said that or made it clear, I'm pretty ready to say that it is. I mean, it's just so pretty. Now, its city is a pain to maneuver. I do not like moving around this place, but I don't know. Exploring it made it make more sense. Let's just double check that we saw everything we wanted to see. We went to the Aetheroid Plaza. We went to the Arcanist Guild. Hawker's Alley. Oh, we went to the Fisherman Guild, yes. Hawker's Alley is where we had all those mercantile things. We were at the Aft Castle. We've been to the Culinarians Guild and the Marauders Guild. There's some other stuff like Zephyr Gate, which is in Lenosha. And then Airship Landing. Let's go there. Why not? Check that out. It's nothing special. It's just here. In fact, I don't even know if there's anything, like, I don't know if it... Oh, that's for PvP. I actually don't know if we can we go to the airship? To hold down? Will it show? Come on. Come on. You're kidding! It doesn't have an animation? That's so silly. Actually, it would make sense. Let me just... Sorry. Let me just... Let's just teleport back. I don't care. The cost skill. Anyway. Because there's one last thing I would love to show. And just walk around and see. We need to go here to the Aetheroid. Let's go to the residential district. Specified ward. I'm not particular. Let's just travel here. It's fine. The last thing for us to look at is the housing districts. So we have Lenosha? I think Lenosha because I think ocean, but I'm a fool. Like, look. Look at the beautiful ocean. Horizon. So this is the housing district. In Final Fantasy, you can get these different. You can bid on these different plots. You can sort of submit your payment and bid for a plot, and maybe you'll win. I do have a house of my own, which I'd love to show off when we do a Gridania walkthrough. Because my house is in that residence. But this is called the Mist, and it is full of player houses. It seems it's very full. It looks like there were a few open ones, but for now, it looks quite occupied. Now, if you don't get a house, it's not a huge deal. There are actually ways for you to get apartments. So over here is an example of that. You can go to this apartment building. I think this is an apartment building. Am I wrong? No, I am not wrong. There are apartments that you can go to, and you can see specified apartment. You can go to all these rooms and stuff, and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just kind of the chill thing. Some people, though, like, I mean, let's see if we can find a plot, because I can show you just how much they cost. Let's ride our big bird. We can't fly around, how sad. Let's see if we can find a plot. Oh. Ah, up here is a plot. let's check it out. So this is a small plot. There are small, medium, and large plots. This is a small one. And to purchase it, or I guess to bid for it, it's 3,187,500 gil. Now this is a technically this is a ward that is unavailable for private estates. These are just for free companies, but you are able to get them if you're a free company. So you could bid on it and stuff. I believe this might still be a small. Maybe it's a medium. Nope, it is a small. Now these are priced in terms of convenience. So this is placed right by the summoning bell, and market board. So that's why the price is a bit more grand. Now I'm not sure. This isn't the most expensive though, so I don't know what determines more cost. But this would actually be a nice plot. I would go for that. It's literally right by this stuff. Like, that's pretty good. But yeah, so that's the residence area. So let's see. Let's teleport. Let's get ourselves set up in our new spot. We're gonna go to Ul'dah next, and we're not gonna do that in this video. We're gonna actually save it for Ul'dah. Save it for Ul'dah? You kidding me? What's wrong with me? Maybe I am tired. We're gonna save it for next video. So we are going to say bye-bye to Rinaldo for now. And we are going to see him again when we walk through the city-state of Ul'dah. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry if you're disappointed we didn't do all of them in one video, but I realized that would be a long video. Oh well. So I hope you have a great sleep or just relaxation. I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whenever.